Hi guys, how are y'all? As you can see, a lot has changed. I'm in a new background, a new place, new piercing, my new hair. Just a lot's been going on, and I've been through the ringer a few times. I've learned from my mistakes, a lot of them, as you can tell. I'm just really glad to be where I am right now, and I'm really blessed to have the support system of my family and of my boyfriend's family and just everything that's going on there. I'm really sorry for not recording lately. It's just graduation happened. I graduated, yay. My boyfriend actually broke up with me, so that happened. But we got back together. Just a lot went on. I moved from Oklahoma to Houston. I got a job, got kicked out of the place I was staying. I'm living somewhere else now. Yeah, just a lot's happened in about a month or so. But this video is completely different from any of my other videos. It's not really going to be funny. It's not going to be quirky. It's not going to be awkward. This is just going to be me giving y'all my giant conspiracy theory that I put together, and I'm literally about to take this all and show y'all. It's literally ties a lot of conspiracies into one. However, it's not just going to be in this video. It's actually going to be in the span of multiple videos, because it is a lot, and I don't want y'all to sit through an hour of me talking about this conspiracy. A lot of it is going to be based off of this video, which is going to be the main video of the entire series. This is video number 1. And I'm going to be talking today about the main conspiracy, or the main hypothesis of this whole thing. So, without further ado, let's dive right in. Today, I'm going to be discussing the phantom time hypothesis. What is the phantom hypothesis, you might ask? Why is this a hypothesis and a conspiracy theory, you might ask? How is this possible? This is a hypothesis and a conspiracy theory because a historian, a German historian, Hilbert something, I put his name right here, came up with this hypothesis in 1986. This hypothesis basically states that 300 years of our history, which was known as the early medieval ages, never really occurred. And these years are 1614 to 911 AD. How do we know this, you might ask? What are the evidence, you may ask? Well, we're just going to start off with the whole story on why we jumped 300 years, and just the different pivoted points of this hypothesis, and the different evidences and the disclaimers that actually help tie in this whole thing into a bunch of other conspiracies. So grab y'all's popcorn, get ready to snack, because this is about to be a whole thing. So, before I even go further, I want to let y'all know that I will be posting more often, because this is a giant conspiracy and there will be multiple videos. So that I'm going to be posting more. I would love that if y'all want the next video, let me know, because I won't post it unless I know that y'all want it. And by letting me know is I want to get this video to at least 10 likes. And if it gets to at least 10 likes, I will post the next video. I will be recording these all at the same time, and breaking them apart. It's just, I don't want to post something, like post this video and then y'all not like it, and then have a bunch of other videos uploaded and then not get any views, or y'all don't like it and you're all like, this is just a bunch of hoopla. So I really want to know if you like this, so please leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you already have, if you haven't already. Also, in the comments, feel free to put any questions, any concerns, like if you know about this hypothesis and this conspiracy, like let me know, let's discuss it, and I will certainly address these things in the next video. Now, diving straight into the evidence. So, like I said, in 1986, German historian Hibbert discovered that one of the main discoveries that he discovered is that the calculations for the calendar that we use now, the Georgino calendar, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry that I'm butchering that. But yes, that the Georgian calendar wasn't accurate. Like, it's not that it's not accurate, but it wasn't accurately calculated to the year that it was said to be calculated to. So the reason why they decided to change from the Julian calendar to the something calendar, the Georgino calendar, is because the Julian calendar, which was created in 45 BC, had a very fatal flaw. And this flaw was that it followed the lunar eclipse, but in an incorrect cycle. And it created each year to be 10.8 minutes long. Well, Pope Georgie XIII decided that he was going to make a new calendar to add up all this accumulative time, because 10.8 minutes doesn't seem like a lot, but over time it adds up. So when he did all his calculations, he said that there was 10 extra days, or whatever, within that thing. So in October 1582, the Georgian calendar came out, but the only problem was the 10 extra days were actually shorter than it was supposed to be, because if it was really made in 1582, if that was the year it was made, then it would have been 13, not 10, which is a big problem, because you're like, what does 3 days have to do? Well, 1,627 years had passed since the Julian calendar. And when adding all this up and doing the math, 10 extra days would have just put you to the year 1282 and not 1582. So you might ask, what does that have to do with anything? Why is it only 10 days and 13 days? That's not a big deal. And the reason why it seems like it is a big deal, and that there is that big gap, and he decided, and he put that it was 1582, was because back in the 10th century, a Holy Roman Emperor Otto III was ruling at the time. However, historians believe that he didn't really live in the 10th century. He didn't really rule in year 1000 AD. He actually ruled in the 7th century, which was actually 300 years earlier than he was said to reign. However, the reason why he wanted to reign in the year 1000 AD was because he wanted to be able to live by one of these prophecies in the Bible that he wanted to live up to, he wanted to be a part of it. So him and his councilmen and Pope Sylvester II went on to basically move his reign up 300 years to a whole nother century. By doing this, they falsified a lot of documents, which has been proven to be falsified. There have been multiple documents that were falsified, that were proven to be falsified. This became such a problem that historians started to believe people like Charlemagne were made up or weren't even actually happened when it was said to happen. If you don't know who Charlemagne is the king of the Franks. He was the person who unified most of Western Europe in the 9th century, or said to be the 9th century, and to lay the foundations for modern France and Germany. However, when the emperor and the pope and their councilmen wrote Charlemagne, they wrote Charlemagne as this hero, this solo hero that he wanted to be, it was only Charlemagne. But historians have figured out that if this were to happen, that there would have at least been cost of 3 to 4 real people, normal people's lives. That would have cost people's lives. But reading through the biographies, the historians have discovered that these said people who would have had to die for this didn't die. There's no proof of the evidence that it died. However, this has been debunked, and they have seen that Chinese records synchronized with European records. However, these said synchronized European records went through the Georgino calendar, which with the calendar that we use today. However, the Georgino calendar did not occur until 1852. So my belief is there's no possible way that they could have been aligned with us yet if we didn't, there's no way they had that calendar if the calendar wasn't made yet, if that makes sense. So my belief is that the emperor at the time, Emperor Ott, and his councilman and his pope created this calendar 300 years in advance. And he created this calendar and based all the information off of this calendar so that they could do this without the general public knowing. They had to get backup for all this, correct? Well, at the time, China did associate with the Western Europe. China started associating with Western Europe in about 130 AD. So the possibility of them being a part of this thing that this emperor decided he wanted to do is very likely, which could be the first start of the Illuminati, because the Illuminati is protecting this said secret so that we don't know what's going on, so that we don't overthrow them, because the Illuminati controls the world, and we just have our kings and our presidents to be there, but really the Illuminati runs shit. You might think, oh, that's just hoopla, that's just conspiracy. There's proof in the pudding, sweetie. But that will be the next video. So basically, when the emperor did this, all of the people at the time were really illiterate. They were stupid. They couldn't be access to things that people were accessed in 1582. So when people started becoming more accessible to reading and writing and understanding dates and times and stuff like that, Pope Georgie XIII, and I bet everybody else was hey, we need to start putting out this calendar so that the general public don't know what happened. So we're just gonna say we had to do some calculations. This is the year we're in now. That's the tea. That is my conspiracy about what happened with this phantom time hypothesis, and what happened, and how it's tied into the Illuminati. My next video will be about the Illuminati. So if you have any questions, please leave them at the comments below. I will address them in the next video, like I said. Thank you so much for watching. I hope y'all like this. Give it a thumbs up. I will go into more depth if y'all need me to, and questions, evidence. I will also be putting a video in my bio that will link you to a video about, like, it'll go more into depth about this and explain and break it down differently, I guess, in a way. I'm really just connecting the conspiracies together. So stay tuned for the next video.
Good.